Welcome to Steaming Springs Country Club, where everyone is dying to get in. I'm John Renton with the Retro View. Invitation to Hell! Invitation to Hell! Invitation to Hell! And I don't care. It's a TV movie directed by Wes Craven. Yes, that Wes Craven. Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4, and many other movies. R.I.P. Wes Craven. This wasn't exactly a film that should be remembered in his catalog of filmography, if that's even how you say that. Yeah, it's a TV movie where basically you have a family, they move to a new town, and you have Matt, played by Robert Ulrich. Yes, that Robert Ulrich, who has a job testing out a brand new spacesuit that can put up with any amount of temperatures because they're going to go to Venus, because I'm your fire, and we're going to go with the Hell's Desire. An invitation to hell. Oh my. Me oh my, down on the hellish bayou. Yeah, a spacesuit that can put up with a whole bunch of temperatures and also detect if humans or non-humans are in its presence. Yeah, you can kind of guess where this is going. Look, the movie came out 40 fucking years ago, so that's your non-spoiler premise right there. Because Steaming Springs Country Club, obviously, is, a country club where you are basically becoming a member, and yeah, your soul is condemned forever. Essentially, that's pretty much it. I mean, look, it's right. It's in the description. Just look at the goddamn cast. Look at the imagery. It starts off fine with Susan Lucci basically shattering a guy's window and frying a guy in a car. That was a pretty good start. Also, why was Susan Lucci hot in 1984? Nevertheless, Joanna Cassidy is in this, and you have, and I'm just going to read all these, Joe Rigobuto, and, good character actor, Kevin McCarthy, yeah, Bill Irwin, Salil Moon Fry, yes, Punky Brewster herself, Barrett Oliver, the same year that he was in The Never-Ending Story, Virginia Vincent, Lois Hamilton, and, yeah, a lot of people. Actually, there's a lot of familiar faces in this. Why did the set remind me of Poltergeist? You moved the gravestones, but you never moved the bad writing. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but Susan Lucci just bursting a guy's window and then frying him was just hilarious. Only the rest of the movie is actually that hilarious. I think they kind of blew the scare budget within the first little bit. So, the basic, setup of this whole thing, Matt wants to do his job, wants to do it well, and other colleagues get accepted into this club. This club where basically you give over your soul, and a carbon copy or more perfect version of you is put out into the real world that's still hassling Rob Thomas nearly 30 years later. And Matt doesn't want to join. Then the family does, and he must save his family. That's it. I mean, that's it. This is a completely spoiler-filled review, but that's basically, if you want to jump off, that's pretty much what he has to do. The 80s computer tech, man, we thought that was the pinnacle. One line Barrett Oliver says to Solio Moon Fry. I forgot their names. I don't really care their character names. And what does a dumb girl know about computers? Well, all right. That's where we're going. I do have to say that Joanna Cassidy, even though she, you would think that she'd be more capable than playing like the dim-witted housewife. And yeah, unfortunately, the character motivations are not good. Richard Rothstein did this. He did Death Valley, Universal Soldier, and look, rest in peace. The man died in 2018. I think when Universal Soldier had better writing, that's not saying much. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that it was Barrett Oliver go, holy shit, the kid from Never-Ending Story. So yeah, it's a neat little Easter eggs here. The KFC 80s bucket made me laugh. I don't know why. Bruce Gray was in this as well. Quite the character actor. The spacesuit where they were going to go to Venus, I would have rather seen that. First spaceship on Venus, was actually a pretty good interpretation of what would happen if we went to Venus. Actually, the movie was kind of shit, but it was better than most MST movies. So, I wrote down, this is pretty shit. This kind of just reminds me of a spin on the Hank Scorpio episode, where, the boss seems like, or they just want him to, they want this guy to do really, really well, and they want the family to, do this. It's kind of like, that's like a much tamer version, the Hank Scorpio episode. But just, I got vibes from that, so I think they took elements from this, just without the supernatural stuff. And then the bully got upset at Robbie was Barrett Oliver's name, and he busted up his little video game thing. But they didn't really go anywhere with any of this stuff because everybody's just instantly in the club or about to be in the club. And Matt's the only one that won't be. Jessica, knows it all, a.k.a. Jessica Jones, not that one. That's her name. And, yeah, she runs this thing called the Inner Circle, where you go in here and you're fine. And you get all the wealth and power, but you're not actually you. Grace, who I believe was Lois Hamilton in this, and actually, no, I think it was Virginia Vincent. She ends up getting basically offed because she tries to give information to Matt. But, hey, take a look at all this film and all this stuff, and we're doing this out in the open with all these security cameras and all this stuff, and we have somebody that's basically a devil-worshipping, soap opera actor, but don't worry, it's fine, I'll sacrifice my life. And then the dog starts acting weird. So Joanna's Pat basically takes the dog to be executed by a man named Walt, played by Bill Irwin. And yeah, not that Bill Irwin, by the way. Not the world-class championship wrestling talent and WCW jobber. And also the Goon. That's a deep cut for wrestling fans. Yeah, Pat decides, hey, we really want to join, but I guess we could bend the rules, Jessica says, just to not let all family members join. It's fine, come on in. But the kids don't want to, and then the kids are forced to. Jessica likes things being pleasurable. Again, 1984 Susan Lucci, I might have been down with that, but you join us or die. And Pat yells at the dog. That poor dog. Looked like a mangy mutt, but that poor dog. So, yeah, the dog's fine. The dog's seemingly fine. We never actually see the dog after it's at the vet's. Walt, who has this veterinary house area where he just basically has animals running around. He says, I'll take care of the dog, but you got to leave it to me because I can't go when you watch. And then he saved the dog, and then Matt's reunited with the whole thing. God help me, this is terrible. I mean, this is really, really bad. Grace suddenly dies. The house keeps changing because Patricia, Pat, is just getting all this stuff going. There's this piano playing that factors into a scene very late in the movie. Where are the kids is what I noted, because we have one point where the kids are acting all possessed. Especially the bully Billy, don't be a hero. And, yeah, Soleil Moon suddenly shows back up. Chrissy, I think is her name. She's beating, like, a stuffed rabbit up with, like, either a claw hammer or a crowbar or something. So she's David Flair. No, Soleil Moon Frye could actually pass as a wrestler. These fight scenes are terrible. He's fighting with the kids. Not that I want kids to be, slammed around and everything. I don't loathe children. I just think that Chris Ben... Nope. He must have had a reason. Well, I tried to not say it. So, the idea Matt has, because we need to end this movie, is get in the spacesuit, and I'm going to go to this place earlier, this little door, or this door to the mouth of hell, where he tried to fight, a security guard actually tried to fight him. They went in the storage room, just conveniently right over there, and then he got fried on an electric fence because he whizzed on it because he didn't remember his Ren and Stimpy. It wasn't out yet. It's hard to remember something that isn't out yet. So, yeah, basically the idea is he gets in a spacesuit, and this is a way for him to get through all the heat. He goes into the cave and hears their screams, and then he jumps down into something that's basically like a different world. It's like heat vision world. Like, it's got, that weird, like, laserium with music by Pink Floyd stuff. And then he ends up in his house where Patricia's just playing over the piano. Jessica's trying to get him to stop this stuff. Oh, you'll be terrorized. You'll be all this. But see, the thing is, that Matt finds a loophole. You have to give yourself willingly. And since he didn't give himself willingly, and he's just there of his, he's there despite all that. She can tempt, she can tease, she can do all that. He manages to get Pat back after she's playing the piano. Now, there's some imagery that could work, except it doesn't, and you can tell that Wes Craven must have just been like, sure, I'll do this, and then maybe I can go on and do something that isn't so shit. So then this has to be the worst movie that he ever did. It has to at least be, it's at least up there. So anyway, he basically ends up rescuing Pat, and that starts to weaken Jessica. And then they rescue Barrett Oliver, and that weakens her more. Then they rescue Salil Moon Fry. And then that weakens completely, and then Jessica does all this and everything, and then suddenly they pop back into their regular house, and the club's on fire, and then the club's burning down, and that's it. That's literally it. That is it. That is what we have. That is Invitation to Hell. I think the Invitation to Hell was inviting us to watch Invitation to Hell, because ho, ho, ho. Yeah. Is that the funny time capsule? I don't even know how this movie would have passed for being scary in 84, because there's way more terrifying shit out at that point. Not the worst horror movie I've seen, but certainly one of the most boring. I was falling asleep several times. But that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.